Yes. Just looking at this Washington State Constitution. Yes. Now, oaths, mode of administering. Yes. I had put in a YouTube videos that I'm going to include in an email. Yes. To those in the National Guard. What's special about the administration of the oaths of the National Guard of the state of Washington that could be different than the oaths of other states? The mode of administering an oath or affirmation shall be such as may be consistent with and binding upon the conscience of the person to whom such oath or affirmation may be administered. Oh. This provision is intended to aid in additional security for the credibility by impressing upon witnesses their duty to tell the truth. Moreover, it provides a basis for perjury. Kirk versus Kent Civil Service Commission, 1981. The court is not bound to follow any structure, mode in administering the oath, requiring an 8-year-old boy to promise to tell the truth, all of the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, was held to be sufficient. State versus Collier in 1945. Now let's say this oath of the Washington State National Guard. I inform them that my rights are being violated. Somebody decided to act like I was acting from, well, I was wanting some sort of Freedom of Information Act. I include a copy of RI.PDF where the ex parte individual known as the petitioner, did not acknowledge the court order as the ex parte party. Now, when I told you that I will fire every individual that has sworn on oath in the state of Washington, their oath is to be as binding as possible upon their conscience, that they are required by law to support, defend the constitutional right, that you will not deprive life, liberty, or property without due process. Oh, Section 3. How can you take a person's life, liberty, or property? No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. How can you take my son's without the ex parte party, known as the petitioner, starting the matter in a court where there is no adverse party, known as the respondent, because you said so? Now, I don't think there's a greater example of no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without the ex parte party, known as the petitioner, Heidi Budnick, acknowledging the court order because of the special circumstance known as domestic violence. Now, when the ex parte party did not motion the court for a hearing, because the person that motioned the court for a hearing was not the ex parte party, this is probably the most defined in the history of this nation example of depriving American citizens of life, liberty, and property without due process, because it was not the actual ex parte party.